ABC General Hospital spoilers reveal that, you see, for the longest time, I thought Anna and Robert's story had settled into that comfortable place where ex-spouses still cared deeply, but life kept pulling them in different directions. They had their share of adventures, their share of close calls, and somehow they always found their way back to each other in one form or another. But this latest chapter is different, and I can prove it to myself and to anyone who's been watching as long as I have. Robert didn't just step in to help Anna, he gave everything so she could escape that nightmare in France. She had been held in that psych facility, tangled up in echoes of the past that kept pulling her under those old obsessions tied to dangerous figures from years ago that never really let her go. Robert saw it, he understood the danger better than anyone, and he chose to stay behind, making sure she got out safely, even if it cost him his own life. That kind of love, that kind of final act, is what makes this feel bigger than any plot twist we've seen before. I've watched Robert survive explosions, betrayals, and every kind of threat imaginable over the years, yet this time the sacrifice was permanent, and it changes everything. When the news came about Tristan Rogers' passing last August, I sat there stunned for a good long while. I'd followed his career right alongside the show, admired how he brought such warmth and strength to Robert, and suddenly, it all made sense why the Rizzolle chose this path. They honored both the actor and the character by letting Robert leave in the most heroic way possible, saving the woman he'd always loved. It wasn't a cheap exit or a sudden off-screen mention. It was a deliberate, heart-wrenching choice that proves the show still knows how to make us feel every single emotion. And now, the memorial they're planning for Robert is going to be one of those episodes I'll watch on repeat. I just know it. I can already picture the way the whole town will gather, the quiet moments where old friends share stories, and the way Anna will have to face the reality of what Robert did for her. It's going to be raw, but it's also going to be beautiful, the kind of television that reminds us why we've stayed loyal all these years. What really has me buzzing, though, is how Anna's return is going to ripple out and create this new obsession that's already starting to take shape. She's coming back, changed, carrying the weight of Robert's sacrifice and whatever happened in that facility, and I have a feeling it's going to spark something fresh and intense in Port Charles. I've asked myself more than once, will Anna finally find some peace after all she's been through? The quick answer is no, not yet, and that's what makes it so exciting. The obsession that's building feels tied directly to her rescue, to the choices Robert made, and to the loose ends that still linger from the past. It's different from the original stories we knew, where threats came and went, and everyone bounced back for the next adventure. This time, the loss is real, the consequences are lasting, and it's forcing the characters and us viewers to look at old relationships in brand new lights. I've always believed Anna was one of the strongest women on the canvas, but seeing her return after being saved by Robert's final act gives her a depth we haven't seen in a long while. She's not just coming back to work at the hospital or catch up with old friends. She's carrying a mission now, one born from gratitude and grief, and I can't wait to see where it leads. Let me tell you why this feels like such a bold departure from the way things used to play out. Back in the 80s and 90s, we'd watch Robert and Anna dodge danger together, share those charged glances, and somehow the show always left the door open for them to reunite. There were fake deaths, secret missions, even times when one of them would disappear only to pop back up months later with a perfectly logical explanation. But this Robert's real, permanent exit tied to Anna's rescue proves the writers are willing to honor both the actor's legacy and the character's heart in a way that feels fresh and respectful. It's not the same old cycle. It's a turning point that says some sort of sacrifices can't be undone, and that's what keeps the story alive and breathing. I've talked with my friends who've watched just as long as I have, and we all agree. This is the kind of storytelling that reminds us General Hospital still has that fire. The heat is there in every scene now. The anticipation of Anna stepping off that plane or walking into the hospital lobby knowing Robert isn't waiting for her anymore. It's going to be emotional, but it's also going to be the spark for new alliances, new conflicts, and maybe even new romances that none of us saw coming. And, oh, the new disasters that are already starting to brew because of this. I can feel it in my bones that Anna's return, fueled by everything Robert did for her, is going to shake up more than just her own life. There are people in Port Charles who've been waiting for her, counting on her strength, and now she's bringing back this powerful sense of purpose mixed with sorrow. It's going to affect everyone around her, the friends who've missed her, the ones who might not understand the full story yet, and even those who've moved on in her absence. I keep wondering how the memorial will play out, how the town will honor Robert while Anna stands there trying to hold it all together. Will it bring old wounds to the surface? Absolutely, and that's exactly what makes it compelling. But here's the thing I love most about this show after all these years. Even in the middle of heartbreak, there's always that thread of hope. Anna is ready to come back, ready to face whatever comes next. And that readiness is what's keeping me glued to the screen every single day. I've spent many afternoons thinking about how different this arc is from the original blueprint we all knew. In the classic days, Robert's heroism was flashy and full of action chases, gunfights, clever escapes. This time it was quieter, more personal, a man choosing to lay down his life so the woman he loved could live hers fully. It's a mature kind of storytelling that feels right for characters who've grown up on screen with us. I'm over 60 myself now, and I appreciate that the show isn't afraid to show the weight of real loss while still promising that life in Port Charles goes on. The obsession that's forming around Anna's rescue isn't some throwaway villain plot. It's rooted in the very sacrifice that brought her home. It's going to drive new storylines that I'm already imagining conversations in the hospital corridors, late-night confessions, maybe even a few surprises that tie back to old faces we haven't seen in a while. The writers have done something smart here. They've taken real-life circumstances and turned them into television gold that honors the past while charging straight into the future. Every time I think about Anna walking back into General Hospital, I get that familiar flutter of excitement mixed with a touch of sadness. She's coming home carrying Robert's last gift to her, her freedom, her chance to keep fighting. And the memorial they're preparing is going to be the moment when all of us longtime viewers get to say a proper goodbye while welcoming whatever comes next. I've seen the show weather recasts, budget changes, and every kind of storyline imaginable, but this feels special because it's personal. It's about loyalty, about love that endures even when the person is gone, and about a woman who's stronger because of the man who saved her. I keep telling myself that the best is still ahead, that Anna's return is only the beginning of something even bigger. The new obsession, the new adjustments, the new disasters waiting around the corner, they're all part of what keeps General Hospital feeling alive and relevant after all this time. You see, Robert's final sacrifice wasn't just a heroic exit. It left Anna with unfinished business that she simply cannot ignore. She knows Sidwell and Cullum were behind the trap that cost him everything, and now she's planning to strike at the heart of their operation. I've asked myself over and over whether this path of vengeance will bring her peace or drag her into even darker waters, and the quick answer is that it's doing both at once. That's what makes it so real and so addictive for someone like me who has followed these characters through every decade. Robert's memory isn't fading quietly into the background. Instead, his courage, his love, and the clues he left behind are fueling Anna's every move, turning her grief into a laser-focused determination that's already rippling through Port Charles. The memorial they held for him was beautiful and raw, full of old friends sharing stories that reminded us why we loved him, but now those same memories are lighting a fuse that's about to explode. What really has my heart racing is how Robert's legacy is making everything go so much farther than the usual revenge plots we've seen before. In the old days, a character might chase a villain for a few weeks and then move on, but this time the writers have done something smarter and braver. They've tied Anna's obsession directly to the man who saved her, so every step she takes against Sidwell and Cullum feels like she's carrying Robert along with her. It's proving to be one of the boldest news story adjustments in recent memory, because it honors the real loss we felt when Tristan Rogers passed, while still keeping the drama alive and breathing. I can already picture Anna walking into those tense confrontations, her eyes steady with the quiet strength Robert always admired in her. She won't be reckless, she'll be calculated, just like the seasoned agent we've known for decades. But the heat is undeniable. The danger feels closer, the stakes higher, and the whole town is about to feel the aftershocks. I keep thinking about how different this is from the lighter adventures we used to enjoy together on screen. Back then, Robert and Anna would team up, crack a few jokes, and somehow come out on top. Now the loss is permanent, and that permanence is creating this fresh obsession that's driving Anna forward while also forcing everyone around her to choose sides. Will she succeed without losing too much of herself? I believe she will, because the show has always given its strongest women a way to rise above the pain, but the journey there is going to be full of surprises that keep us guessing. Sidwell and Cullum represent more than just bad guys. They stand for the forces that tried to take away one of the show's most beloved relationships. By going after them, Anna is proving that Robert's sacrifice wasn't in vain. His legacy is the very thing making the story expand in such exciting directions, pulling in old allies, uncovering hidden secrets, and setting up conflicts that could last for months. As a fan well into my 60s, I appreciate how the writers are treating this with real heart and respect. They aren't rushing Anna's return or turning her revenge into something cheap. Instead, they're letting the emotion build slowly, letting us feel the weight of what Robert did and how it's shaping her future. The new obsession isn't some fleeting plot device. It's rooted in love, loss, and the kind of loyalty that defines the best parts of General Hospital. I can feel the energy crackling through every upcoming scene, the anticipation of Anna stepping back into the hospital or slipping into the shadows to face her targets. It's the kind of storytelling that reminds me why I've stayed loyal all these years. Robert may be gone, but his spirit is making everything bigger, bolder, and more intense than ever before.